and apparently there's some bug with Aftershock where when it triggers, it does something with the R where basically it just went away. I mean, even when Phil paused the game, he said, "Ref, I know the game is over, but my ult disappeared." So, hello guys, welcome back to a little bit more sad version of the Cloud9 Kia Forecast podcast. We don't have videos today because the internet in the hotel is not the greatest, but I'm here with Reapered. What's up,
Hello,
Reapered?
hello.
Hey, man. Long time no see. It's been like 10
Yeah,
minutes.
long time no see. It's been like
Yeah,
5 minutes actually, yeah.
yeah, not very long. So we just came back from a team dinner at a pretty nice place, Reapered. What would you say the vibes were like today, one day after the match?
I mean, today vibes was pretty chill, like everyone accepted the lose and then see the object view as a game and then trying to find the improve some points in some areas. And then today at the team dinner, we're actually kind of stay away from the talking about our games. It's more likely chill and how we gonna improve and then preparing the next season kind of thingy. So it was chill vibes so far. How you thought about the ride after our loss?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's when we kind of talked about everything the most, is we got all of it out there. Um,
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is, you know. After a loss, everyone feels like shit. Uh, Blows. I don't think anyone even thought that we would lose versus TL, but it's how it goes. Everyone was confident, so yeah, it felt bad, but that's how it goes in competition, you know.
yeah, Seji.
Not gonna feel good. Just got to talk our shit out. What went wrong? What happened? And I mean, I think we did all of that. So,
Facts.
well, I mean, I guess we can go ahead and just talk about the games themselves. Game one,
Hmm.
Team Liquid threw us a little curveball, but not too much of a surprise, I guess. They did a Callista Skarner. We were left up,
Trade, yeah.
which people are usually banning those. So we chose to take the trade. Decided to take Callista over Skarner. What what do you think about that game? What do you think went wrong or went right for us?
Um, Obviously, most of people remember the timer that Blubber got caught at the river, and then after that we push mid and then they chased us. We giving them like 3 kills and stuff. Obviously that was the game losing moment, but
Yeah,
um there is some chance that Sven or Loki can be carry the game like 10-minute bar or 12-minute bar, like lots of fight individually. If we could fight better, there was a high potential for we just take over game immediately kind of moment. So I would say game one, I think we did not too good, like specifically the fight itself. And then in the
yeah,
end, Blower kind of losing his mind and he got caught and lost the game, I guess.
yeah. Happens, happens. Yeah, I mean we could have been cleaner across the board, so it happens. Game two, I felt like was game two is our comp. Game two is the comp that you can't give us unless you're asking to lose. So that one was really straightforward for us, you know. Like
Yeah, like Sinan Aura.
I don't think I've ever seen C9 lose an Aurora game in scrims or anything.
That's
That's
yeah,
kind of a
facts.
free win. So I think it's usually why people headshot that champ from us alongside
Yeah,
Yone. Those two are you give it to Loki and it's kind of over. I don't even know if there was too much like about that game. It was just
just lucky show, no?
yeah, Loki just dropped a nuke as he always does when he plays his champion. Uh, Kills them all. Life is good. It's paradise. So we are feeling good going into game three, and then you know the incident. We unfortunately lost game three, which is
Yeah.
tragic.
Game three, there was between the game two and three, we had 4 different choices for the draft. Nick was suggesting one, Sven was suggesting one, Blower was suggesting one, and Dant was also suggesting one, right? And then we couldn't get the final version of our draft before going to the stage, so I take the um,
You took the wheel.
Yeah, I took the wheel like the as a leader. Okay, I'll go for this direction. You guys are on board? Yes. And then we choose copper draft, and then we from there. I don't think it's even that bad. I didn't like the Aatrox pick on the last one, but draft itself, it didn't matter too much, even though we are playing different draft. If our game go through that way, which is we had a Wukong and Ari kind of champion. Could not fight first grub. We could not fight at the second grub. It's not just about the giving them grub. It's more likely those kind of team comps need to fight so that each teams are burning the flashes like sums, and then game is going messy. We have a like Ari kind of champion so that we can have a easily pick on someone. Like those kind of things are our game goal, but we could not
Yeah,
fight at the first and second group. That was a huge L. And then after that, they have a sixth group, and they are just
yeah,
hitting our turret. Like the groups are just doing their job, and we got a huge goal gap. Like we did fight good at some points, but that was
yeah.
not enough to come
Yeah, it's
back.
pretty
Yeah.
hard to come back from. And I guess people will also want to know about the bug that happened. So the bug
Mm.
at the end of the game, where the 30-minute pause into the broadcast abruptly starting and then us just losing the game, which was great. I don't know if you rewatched that back, but it's kind of funny to watch. Like they completely dropped the ball there. Uh, so Poppy ER'd, and apparently there's some bug with Aftershock where when it triggers, it does something with the R where basically it just went away. The R disappeared. It didn't get used, but Vulcan no longer has it. So in that fight, it's not probably going to save the game at all. I think all the players agreed. I mean, even when Phil paused the game, he said, "Ref, I know the game is over, but my ult disappeared." So yeah, we paused. They offered a Chrono break because obviously, like if his ult goes off, Lily has no flash. He's dead. Um, Offered a Chrono break. Of course, you're going to accept it. If you don't accept it, it's really strange. Um, the Chrono break after we sat there for like I think 20 to 30 minutes didn't work. They came in and told us we tried. It didn't work. We will just play the game from here, which was funny as well because from the point in the game we were paused, I think everyone was dead except for one person. So that one person just died and the game ended. So it was very anticlimactic. Uh, it's, we were just stuck in the room sitting there, just completely S-keying, waiting to see what would happen. Yeah, so it is a bummer. It is a bummer. There's obviously takeaways to learn from the games. So I was talking about scrims. We got to scrim Brazilian teams for the first time. Um, like our first scrim when we got here was versus a Brazilian team. It was Leviathan. We got off
Yeah,
the
it was a
flight.
Leviathan.
No
Yeah.
one, no one slept. We scrimmed Leviathan. It was a 5-0 day. It was a pretty
Yeah, it
swift
was a
one.
quick 5-0. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty swift one. So that was our first introduction. And then I think all the Brazilian teams we scrimmed were generally, I think it was Pain Gaming, where it was like a back and forth day. I think we ended 3-2 versus them.
Yeah.
And then Isurus was the same, where it was 3-2. The Pain Gaming day, I think we were just kind of uh, trolling a bit more, or it was just like a, I don't even remember if exactly it was that day, but it like wasn't
Yeah, I
us on
mean,
form. And then Isurus day was kind of the same. We had, I know you came in with a little wake up call, like guys, uh, this is inting, this is inting. What are we doing? We need to do better here. You know, you kind of pulled out the belt a little bit, as the fans love. Um, but I think Isurus was not bad. Like they were at least like a decent team. You know, they were playing the game well together. I don't know what you thought, Reapered.
yeah, I mean, they were for sure one of the better team Scream in here, but on the stage they were look kind of different than what they had in the Scream. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the Scream quality was definitely I was better, and then paying gaming day it was not just about the trolling. It was a symptom that like um Blubber was sick and Loki couldn't sleep. Like those
Oh, yeah,
two
it was
like
that day.
yeah, those two are
Yeah.
like kinda need to we need to find a way to improve them having a better condition for the futures like international match, and also they have to try themselves as well, like trying to improve those kind of the things we are trying. Like I'm already actively thinking about how I can help them or how we can improve those kind of moments, because in this kind of short like international league, it's not about improving. Like we are not gonna improve here like much compared to we are screaming the like LA house, right? So we have all the setups we need over there. We need everything we need over there. We are just play the game and then we are just about to learn. But in here, we have to fight against jet lag and then conditions, different culture, different water, different food. Like everything is kind of like you have to adapt well. There are some people adapt well in certain situations. There are some are not. So yeah, I just think this was the like kinda international league, right? Like Loki, because we fly to the Brazil, and then I've been noticed like couple of the players are not dealing well with the jet lag from the Korean boot camp to the LA. I can already see, but it's just had a we did try some helping them, but it wasn't enough. So I think for the next time. And make sure players are aware and staffs are aware and us as well. We're trying to help them and trying to improve those kind of movement, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, at least before our match, we got to watch 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest, which is a very passionate match for our team.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wanted to see what would happen there. I think more so just to I think the Riot broadcast kind of egged it on for us to where it got to like a funny extent, you know? The the interviews, I think everything after the Brazilian team's gone, the broadcast really latched on to Bwipo, right? As
Yeah, they did.
like here's Bwipo's family that's here. Here's Bwipo's like childhood photos. FlyQuest is gonna win, and even on Twitter there was like Azael and the 100 Thieves guy like arguing back and forth. That was a very uh I guess like heated match, but not necessarily like in game, I guess, because I think 100 Thieves and FlyQuest have like no animosity between the players, but it was an interesting series. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, its series itself was kind of fun to watch. Quid 1v9, Brief 1v9, and there's a couple like players are popped the moment, so the game itself was pretty fun, but I'll say like they were highlighting Briefo like a bit too much, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of made you
Uh,
want to like have him lose purely to see what they would do
yeah.
with it. At least that's how I felt. It's like I have nothing against Bwipo, but with how much they kept putting it on there, it was just like a okay. And if he loses,
I
then what? Then what do we
I
do,
I
right? What do we go to next?
I think the contents and then the Brief's family interview, like everything was great, but the childhood photo and stuffs are a bit too much. You know,
it was
you know
kind of funny
everything
how it
was.
popped up in game. It was so random.
Yeah, yeah, everything was make sense till that, you know.
Yeah. They were trying to like create some crazy plot armor for him. I don't know. It was interesting. I actually got to talk to his brother outside after our match. He was chill,
Uh-huh.
a cool guy.
Yeah, he was chilling.
So
Yeah, cool guy.
blows for FlyQuest. I actually think it's we expected to be playing FlyQuest in the finals, and then unfortunately here we both are. Unlucky, tragic. We're in the third place match that exists actually.
Yeah, I would
Yep.
say if I wonder if there's a different the university that we are playing on the LA in this playoffs. I would say it might be us and Flycast is in the final.
Yeah, maybe you never know.
Yeah, you never
If our
know.
Nexus didn't explode, we could have
Yeah.
won 2-0. It happens. Never know. Always hard to
Yeah,
say.
it is.
But yeah, I don't know. The series was it was whatever. It was chill. It was mainly interesting because of all the other stuff around it, and I think
Yeah,
less so
that
about
was the
the
main
game for me.
focus to be honest, yeah.
Uh,
Both of teams were played better in the LA, and then it's not just about like excuse or like hypothetical theory kind of thing, it more likely um 100 Thieves and TL does better at that adapting the new conditions and like getting over jet lag kind of thing. Like they were better at those kind of things are like being on the better condition is more important in short tournament internationally. So even though we played better in the LA, even though FlyQuest better played better in the LA, if we could not get our 100% condition, not even 100%, like 80% of our full condition, we cannot show how we play the game or how we approach the game because like even though our series during the series Blubber was mentioning at the game 3, yo Reaper, just pick me any brain dead champion, I cannot focus anymore, like just pick me any brain dead champion, I'll play fine, you know.
Finals, me personally, I had 100 Thieves winning. I thought it would be close at least. Thought it'd be a shit fest. Did you have TL or 100?
I had a TL quick 3-0.
Wow. Okay. That interesting. Curious. I swear I never heard you say TL 3-0, but wow, you predicted it perfectly. Can you break down why you knew it would be a 3-0?
Cause in our block after we played our games, TL actually does played well. That's the first, right? Because even though we were struggling in our conditions and stuffs, like we are not that play low, like maybe medium low, right? And TL
Uh-huh.
won against us, that means at least that they are playing like medium high, right? And then I saw the 100 dips. I saw
Okay.
100 dips
Yep, fair
the
enough.
match, and
I
then
guess that
we
makes sense.
played a
I might be
Scrim against them, right? I think they were same a bit lower than us, so it was a straightforward to me. If they are not headshotting in the draft like perfectly in the game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is I cannot imagine that kind of things because TL is actively looking for like swap, shaking the draft and kind of things, right? So I didn't expecting like 100 dips or headshotting every single draft in the PL list game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was thought TL as a team, if Umtis play better, like he did in the game 3 against us, right? There's no shot 100 dips win against TL. That was my thought, yeah. And Umti was kind of back at the our series, so I was thought very straightforward to the TL, yeah.
interesting. Okay. Well, I think 100 Thieves has a few more people that I know personally over there, so I was extremely biased and hoping that they would win. So it is what it is. But I mean, we didn't even get to really watch the games today, so
I mean, I had a lot of good friends on both of team, actually.
yeah, yeah. No, so you had a very objective view of the game. Perfect. No wonder I was wrong. That makes sense.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I didn't even get to really watch. Like we didn't. I mean, it's kind of hard, you know. Like I don't really want to watch the finals the day of, after I just lost to a team there. I'll watch it later, you know, when I'm not caring about
Yeah,
it
same.
anymore, or it's like past me. So I just see the score line. Oh, interesting, and move on.
Yeah, I rather watch a LCK Cup than the LTA final, to be really honest. I'm not gonna watch it today or at least this week.
I'll watch it later, but we were doing like a team meeting today as well, talking about prepping for next split and kind of what we can do in our like mini off season and whether we should like go to Korea or something with the other teams that are going to first stand. Um, so yeah, we were considering all of that. It's kind of hard to focus on finals. We've got other shit to worry about since we're not there right now.
I mean, we were talking about the future steps, but we didn't decide anything yet because we just lost our game. The We are trying to getting back to our vibes back, and then everyone feel better about it. So that probably we're gonna decide in a couple of days what we're gonna to do in the next for our next step. But yeah, I had a pretty good time with working with these players and our staffs in generally. Everyone work hard, everyone have a chill vibes, everyone know what to do. So our future is bright, I'll say.
Yeah. Well, I guess not focus on the games. What was Brazil like for you, Reaper? For me, there were a bunch of ups and downs to being here. Was it the same for you?
Personally, I'll not say this was a great experience personally, because the situations we had in here, we are we cannot go outside. We are just going back to the hotel to the practice room, have a no window, like really small room, 24-hour AC on. Like if turn up the AC, it's too cold. Like the temperature difference from the seat by seat is like
Yeah,
everything everything in here was like I didn't against anything about the Brazil, but this event, the experience was not the best, I would like to say, yeah.
yeah. It's a little interesting being confined to the hotel and the studio. Like, it's like a 2 minute shuttle. We can't walk there or anything.
Yeah.
Um, that part sucked. I miss like usually we have our workouts every morning, and it's like outside, so we're getting like sunlight and everything, and it's great. But when we can't physically walk around here, that part really sucked. That part was not fun. Did not enjoy that. Which the area didn't even seem that bad, so it was kind of a unfortunate situation that no one is allowed to go out and do anything.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I also got a little unlucky with my hotel room. That was tragic. I swapped hotel rooms 3 times in the course of being here. So, you know, unfortunate. Could be better, but I mean the people here were chill. Like I got to meet like a few of the people that do like reporting here for like My Sports. They
hmm
were really cool. Um,
Yeah,
the
I'd like
riders
to
helping us
say,
out were
yeah,
chill too.
I'd like to say I mean, I didn't have a lots of chance to meeting with the Brazilian people over here, but I would like to say that at least I met people in the riot studio, which is rioters and then the reporter and stuff, right? They were pretty cool and nice, and I can see that they are vibing. So I would say there was a pretty nice impression from the people here have. And also there is one upside actually. One more upside.
Yeah,
I like the Brazilian people. That's one upside. Second upside is we found out the hotel food is actually good. So that second week every day I eat hotel lunch and then come back from the practice room a dinner and then go back to the practice room again. Because that 1 hour break between like eat and waiting in the hotel room, that was a kind of like mental breakdown, and then get some relax over there, eat some great food. That was pretty good, yeah.
yeah, true. The hotel food was pretty heat. I won't lie. I
Yeah.
think I got a burger every day once I figured out that it was playable. It's pretty nice instead of having to do delivery food all the time. So the fans were crazy. I love it personally. I loved the people like yelling in the crowd, like, even though they were like cheering for Team Liquid and for Loud. While it's happening, I don't know if you can like see on camera or if you ever notice on stage. I'm like clapping along with them because it's like fun. It's just enjoyable. I like the shit talk. I like when people shit talk. I think you know that about me by now, Reaper, as well. I think you've probably learned this over time, seeing my solo queue adventures. I like when it's like that. I wish we had that in the LCS, but we can't. Like, I don't know, like on stage, like the first games, we get to see the LTA South players. They like stand up and yell at each other. Like it goes crazy. They'll kill you, and they stand up. Like there was one, the guy is like he's Kate ulting to finish off a kill. He
Yeah.
presses his R on Kate and stands up and points at the other guy and is like yelling at him. If we do that in our league, we get fined. You can't even do that. You cannot stand up from your chair. You cannot make gestures at the other team. Hi got fined for flipping off someone at some point forever ago. It's all illegal. But that's what we need, no? I want to hear fans yelling, but what gets fans yelling is stuff like that. I don't know. It was such a drastic difference from my POV. The fans were really loud. It's like constant. They're doing like football like cheers. And then back home, It's not the same. It's not the same at all. It doesn't have that same energy, and I'm gonna miss that for sure.
Yeah, the energy was great for sure. Uh, but the TL day, it was a little bit annoying because against Brazilian teams, yes, obviously. You guys are cheering for the Brazilian teams. You guys are here for that. Makes sense.
Yeah,
But TL against TL day, like when our team is going to the stage, every each person our players are go through, like they are yelling at the TL in front of the my players. That was kind of annoying. I think the booing on the stage and stuffs are, I would say, fine, but during the walk, like it's not private, and then they were already getting kind of like those kind of things are. I'm
yeah,
not sure if like it. Yeah, I'll say I don't like it. Yeah.
yeah. That's fair. I mean, I grew up in that shit, so I loved it. I liked that we came down the stairs. For context for everyone, you after you finish the match, you go behind the stage and then you walk up these stairs. But in between there is an open space where fans can like line up and like yell at you as you go up. So when we like go down in between games to go back on stage, there's just hella people crowded, just like let's go Liquid and like Team Liquid and stuff like that, and just yelling like right in your face.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's kind of funny. For me personally, it's kind of funny. Like it's different for everyone. Probably for some people, it's not, it's not very fun, but I found it
Yeah.
kind of cool.
It's time to look ahead with Kia in the future for prep split 2. There is a lot of discussion around Korean bootcamp and then how we improve as an individual and team and as a steps. We were talking about those kind of things pretty often and quite with quality, I'll say. So what do you think, Nick?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all that matters right now is just what we're gonna do for the future, how we're gonna fix the problems that we have, how we're gonna show up better. So, yeah, it's been the number one thing on everyone's minds in the past like 24 hours since everything's happened. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Just looking forward to whatever we end up doing. We got to talk all that shit out. We're flying and currently flight report officially 24 hours, Reapered. 24 hours we'll be flying
Nice.
back, so we got some time then to really break down what we're gonna do and figure out how to improve as a team.
LA. Yeah, the most important things are come to me is obviously the individual performances are quite important as always, right? Any sports, like individuals are pretty important to keep the form and then keep the improved that the areas that they are not that great or they were struggling it. I had a quite detailed plans on it, but I have to see if the plans are work or not. So I cannot tell what it is right now. And for the
Yeah,
team, we are kind of getting leveled up as a team. We were like not just about the lane swap or early laning page or overloading, like those kind of stuff. It more ahead. How as a team we are uh, make a move as a unit. We are kind of getting there, at least in the practice I saw. So I want to push that hard so that we are actually play like a unit so that everyone connected each other, so everyone what's going on the map, so they are deciding play with the current situations. Like those kind of things are in my head. We have to improve and we have to make it there, right?
yeah,
And also, I want to talk about the fear list a bit. Like the fear list hits every legend. I would say I'm much more like League of Legends, the esports, more than before with the fearless draft.
yeah. Honestly, like I at first I didn't think it was gonna be like anything like ooh this feels better, but it's actually nice. Like I did it for a bit in Academy, but it was like the shitty like half fearless, where it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't actually take out all the champions. So I get Callista this game, and then you get Callista next game, and like it's boring. Um, no, this is nice. I think it helped keep people a bit more like locked in for
Mm-hmm.
practice too, because you're
New
forced to play like
conditions.
6 different champions a day basically, or at least 3 different champions per scrim block. Like you're forced to, rather
Yeah.
than hey Thanatos, you got 3 games of Cassante today. Enjoy, buddy. Also bot lane, enjoy 3 games of Callista. Have fun with that. It gets a lot better for practice, for everything all around. You just get to feel more flexible because you're kind of forced to be. I liked it. There's also a lot more thought involved in draft, it felt like. There's a lot more impactful decisions. So it was fun.
I mean, also if you considering to best of five, like lots of champions are out, including bans, right? So they are forced to practice new champion, and then it helps the players to be more open-minded. Because before you just need to play 3 champion good,
Yeah.
like on the meta. Xante, Rumble, Jace. Yeah, you good.
Yep.
Ambessa. Yeah,
That's all you
4.
need. No one's banning all of those, so yeah.
Yeah. But now is everyone play in lots of cross region. There is some crazy picks over there, like Top X I saw today, and then Mid Diego. Like lots of things are can be happen, and next patch the lane swap will be Riot is actively trying to lane swap, trying to block the lane swap. So it would be interesting. There's some really strong laning champions are being on the bot or top, like Vayne. We saw from last year couple games,
Yeah.
but it didn't pop up because of the lane swap. But what if the lane swap is gone? Like those champions are popped up again or not? We don't know yet, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be more interesting with the fearless. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So it'll kind of suck going back to not having fearless. Like that blows, especially with like the lane swap stuff getting like hopefully taken out here with what Riot's trying to do. Yeah, it'll suck if it goes back to being like more stagnant. Like, hopefully people, like you said, are more like open-minded with picks now going forward since we've done like 4 months now of
Mm,
playing with like multiple different things in the game and experimenting with multiple different things. But yeah, kind of sucks to see it go. I'll be looking forward to it again next year.
for sure.
That is it, guys. Thank you all again for watching the Cloud9 Kiev forecast. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna head out now. We're gonna get ready for our flight back home. Make sure you guys all, like, comment, subscribe, the usual. Thanks, everyone.